Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video. And you probably know from the title of this video, we are actually creating a new island. I am pretty excited to actually do this. I know I just did one recently with a winter theme island. Don't forget to check that out if you haven't already. But this time around, I don't really know fully what I want to do. I have an idea. I may do kind of like two different themes, but kind of have a twist on them. As you see here, I was kind of conflicted at the very beginning on which island I wanted to choose. This is probably the most difficult part of it, and honestly it really sucks when you have to restart and pick another one. I wanted to go for something that I really haven't had before, so I went one with a resident services not quite in the middle. Just, I don't know, make it a little bit challenging for myself. Here you can see a little flyover. I did end up with apples for my fruit. Also, I had some pig and one of the newer monkeys. Now, that pig is actually kind of cute. But anyways, I was rambling on. So what I plan on doing is splitting this up in two and then attempting to mirror each side. So one theme being the polar opposite from the other. In this video, I will be announcing my first theme. It's a theme that I have personally never done before or ever tried, so I am very much looking forward to attempting it, and hopefully it will look okay. But first things first, I have to do all the tedious things that you have to do when you're first starting an island. I kind of like doing this just to show everyone what I do, kind of the steps for my fastest way to get 3 stars. I had to move all the houses and stuff, and then he would announce all this stuff, and then yeah, you gotta go back and forth to Tom Nook over and over again to actually get progress further into this game. I couldn't tell you how many times I've actually done this. Some way, somehow, I've ended up with too many switches, with too many accounts. So yeah, I gave myself a lot of items starting out with to help speed this up. I definitely recommend anyone that is starting a new island, definitely do that. It's going to help speed it up a lot, unless you're kind of going for a day-to-day gameplay. That's still fun, but of course if you're trying to build an island like I am, this definitely helps speed it up. So I got to catch some of the fish and bugs and whatnot to get what is his name, Blathers, over, so you can actually progress further along. And this part is actually really tedious, and right now I'm still in the winter because currently that is the season, but I will be changing it to the spring because I feel like that is going to be the best fit for both themes that I'm going for. I don't know quite yet what my second theme is, so if you guys have any recommendations on the second theme, please let me know. Especially after I announce what I'm doing. Maybe you could find a good opposite that I can try to replicate. Also too, I don't know, this may have been skipped, but the island name is Paradox. I really do think that is a pretty fitting name, I would say, just because I'm trying to go for an opposite island, I guess. Two themes that make sense, but it probably shouldn't exist on the same island. So yeah, I feel like that was a pretty cool idea. I finally finished collecting all the stuff I needed for Tom Nook, so he can actually call Blathers over. And I really don't know why he has you do it one individually. Like I said, I've done this so many times, and they could have made this a lot simpler, but decided to make it more tedious. I don't know why. I feel like a lot of the things in this game could be simplified. But yeah, I still do it and still play it all the time. And yeah, so I'm really excited to start this series. Again, this time I'm just going to be getting to 3 stars because this really does take a long time to actually do. And I feel like it would make a good video. So I didn't want to cut all this out. I wanted to show you guys kind of everything. And there you can actually see where I'm building the museum. And also my flowers. I always end up with those flowers. I kind of forget what they are. But yeah. So I am going to order things multiple times every single day, so I can use those to actually get 3 stars later on. I always get the Mario coins just because they're cheap and they don't get in the way. Also too, if you guys do anything different, like getting 3 stars, or you have any recommendations, let me know, because if there's a faster way, I want to know, just because I do this quite often. But yeah, and also too, happy 2024 everyone. I hope everyone had a good New Year's, and hopefully you guys have some New Year's resolutions that you want to get done. Me personally, just staying healthy like I always have been. I want to make sure I stay active and physically active, so that is what I'm going to continue to do. If you guys have any New Year's resolutions, let me know in the comments. Hopefully you guys can stick to them, because I know a lot of people don't end up sticking to them, especially if you go to the gym. Like my gym is now currently extremely crowded, but I give it about a month and then it'll go back to normal. It's kind of always weird how that works out. But yeah, now I'm talking to Tom Nook. So my objective is try to get as much like Nook miles as I possibly can, just because later on that is going to save me a lot of time, and a big like boost is always getting the gold items. That gives you like close to 10,000 or so miles, and it is really nice. And each day too, I'm gonna upgrade my house. I got some bells over from my main account just to help me out. I will be bringing over probably 4 to 8 million bells just to help out and speed up things, because trust me, it does get tedious. You can actually see the bells there. I brought an ABD over too, just to kind of help with that. And now with Timmy, I have to give him all these supplies and stuff so he can upgrade the Nooks eventually. So I really hope that he does. And you'll see here, I have to place it down. And also to upgrade it, you have to like sell or buy like 300,000 worth of stuff. That is an absurd amount. But luckily there is a I think you can get like an observer or something and trade it multiple times, like 2 or 3 times, and then you should have enough. Or you can use like a royal crown. I know those sell for a lot in the shop. So yeah, especially if you're struggling in that end, definitely look into doing that. And now you always have to build this random bridge. It's really not that I wish these bridges were like this much in the start of the game, just because I feel like, I don't know, like it should be, since they're like really simple. I don't feel like they should cost anything. When I first started playing this game, your boy was lost, man. I remember struggling to try to find iron, and I didn't know you could go to different islands to unlock stuff or like get more like items. And this is around the time when there was like these really cool mystery islands with like these like mystery flowers and stuff, like these hybrid flowers. If you guys remember that, let me know, because I feel like that was really forgotten, and I really don't know why they got rid of them. And you see here, me picking up a lot more stuff. My inventory management is absolutely atrocious. So I want to clean up everything too, so I don't have all this stuff laying around, because it will affect my score sooner than you think. So I want to clean up ahead of time. Finally made my bridge, and I just picked some random spot to place it down, and then go back into the top Nook, and then time travel to the next day, just because you really have to time travel a lot just to get like everything done. I wanted to go ahead and upgrade my pocket storage, just because going around with 20 like inventory is terrible, and I didn't want to deal with that for too much longer. And here I am now placing down all the new plots. This is probably the biggest pain you have to do when starting a new island. Luckily for me, I kind of already had to jump on a lot of these things and know what to get. They do change it, I think, from time to time, but they all are kind of like the same generic like starter items that you can get. I don't know why you have to do this every time. I wish there was like a I don't know, like I've done this before type of thing, so you can kind of skip this tutorial part, but it works out because you can use these items to help you get 3 stars. So honestly, I just leave them. And for my villagers too, I'm honestly just gonna let them fill in, or if I have to go to an island, I will, but I'm not gonna villager hunt right now. Kind of burnt out from villager hunting, sadly, but here sooner rather than later I'll have to start back up. But yeah, hopefully we can find some villagers, and hopefully when I release the theme, you guys can give me some recommendations, just because I have no idea who is going to fit this theme at all. You guys have recommended this theme a lot, so y'all will help me out. I know you will. But I'm kind of nervous doing this just because it is very different. But I don't know. I'm very confident in myself that I can create something that will look at least halfway decent and maybe inspire you guys to join along or give it a try yourself. And all these houses are finally almost, like, I guess, built, like the interior and exterior. It is really tedious, but I'm glad I got that done. And now that it's done, I'm gonna go ahead and talk to Oroville and actually find our first villager, and hopefully we can land on someone we might be able to keep, but knowing my luck, we probably will not. So let's see who we get, and it's Bubbles. Have we ever had an island without Bubbles? You know, at first she was kind of not that good of a villager, but she's oddly cute. I went ahead and tried again to see if I can hopefully fill in the next one, because honestly, I forget. But we did end up on someone, and we landed on Wade. And Wade is super cute, so I was happy to invite him to Paradox Island. So this means we get to go once more and hopefully land on someone that's not terrible. It's really hit or miss, especially with this game. Thankfully, we can't run into Bubbles again, so hopefully we can find someone else. And we get Nan. You know, for the amount of times we landed on her, it's actually nice to actually invite her to our village, so that's nice. And on the next day, you can actually see Mabel over there, so we can actually start to get our Able Sisters, which is another kind of like building that we're going to need to progress further on, I feel like. And I feel like it's going to look a lot better. I know you have to buy like a certain amount of like bells, like spend a certain amount of bells rather. And yeah, so I make sure I do that every day. And I was debating on if I wanted Harvey over too, but I went ahead and talked to him so I can paint stuff. And I was talking to Leaf, and I wanted to see if he could de-weed my island. In return, I spammed through it and sold my weeds. But turns out you can't do it right now. I think you have to wait until you have at least like a 3-star island for it to work. And the next day, Isabel actually came in. It's really nice to see her. And now that the resident service is fully built, I went ahead and talked to Tom Nook. Now this is the whole thing about KK Slider and about getting him to come over. You have to first build a campsite. It sounds like a broken record because I've done this before. But yeah, we had to go place down the campsite and then get a campsite villager to come in. I also went ahead and grabbed a ramp. Ramps or inclines or whatever, they actually add to your like island rating. So I'll always add at least 1. I'll probably be getting 2 just to kind of help me out. So hopefully I don't have to de-weed everything right away. I went ahead and paid off it and with Lloyd. And I put the campsite right on the beach. And I went ahead and went back to talk to Mabel. I think I only have to talk to him one more time. I think. I could be really wrong. Actually, I was wrong. Here I am trying to place down the tailor shop, and there it is. And now I was collecting some bells too. Like I said, I need to make sure I pay off my loan each and every day, just so I can have a fully like built house, so I don't have to worry about storage later on. And Daisy May was here too. So I figured it was time to actually clean up my island a little bit. So I went ahead and got some turnips after she gave me a long backstory. I just kept clicking and really wasn't looking. I actually have 7,700 bells, so that is really nice. But yeah, now I'm actually placing down my storage shed and everything else around here, just so I can kind of keep it organized as much as possible. I'm finally getting rid of all my pocket like stuff I had in there, and now it is time to actually clean up. Getting turnips is definitely the best way to get rid of everything. There's Agnes eating a donut under that tree. I'm actually going to leave the apple trees. You guys will know very shortly why I'm doing that. But yeah, picking up all the normal trees and de-weeding everything best as I can at least. And then I'm actually going to start placing down all those coins I've been ordering every single day. And hopefully then I could have 3 stars. But yeah, I think I'm going to stick with the 8 villagers this time, like how I typically do. But I don't know if I feel like I can build more and there's more of an area. I might get 10 villagers, but that just means more villager hunts, and I don't know if your boy's up for that. You guys let me know in the comments below. Do you like 8 or 10 villagers? I kind of like the 8 villagers. It makes it look, I don't know, a little bit more clean, and plus, I don't know, for a theme, I guess there could be 10 villagers, but where I kind of split it up into different like themes, I feel like it works out for like the best, so that's what I always did. And I don't know why, but there was a lot of weeds over in this area, like to the right of the resident services, and even above, which was really unfortunate. I really, like, you never count how many weeds there is. I mean, like, I was picking up multiple hundred and not really even thinking about it. Thankfully, I was kind of watching YouTube, like, in the background, so I kind of just went in autopilot mode and just started picking up everything that I could see, like, out of the corner of my eye. And that's honestly how I get through this, just because if not, it gets really stale really quickly. So I like to kind of take my mind off of it and watch videos, or I'll play like another game like in the background that I can like kind of go AFK on, so I don't have to really worry about it as much. And usually I have some sort of order I kind of do things. Typically I clean up the island beforehand, but I don't know why. I honestly forgot to do a lot of the things I typically do, like when I first get a 3-star island. So I was kind of just forgetting everything when I was doing this, and it took way longer than it should. Like, getting a 3-star island took me like 4 or 5 hours when it doesn't typically take me that long. But we eventually got there. I cleaned up as much as I thought I would need. I didn't want to have to do too much, so I went ahead and went back to my mailbox that I never empty and opened up all my mail, just like an inventory full, to get all these coins. I feel like the coins are the best item to get, just because, like I said before, they don't get in your way and you can place them really easily in everywhere. I typically put them all in front of resident services, so that's what you see me doing here. I even left the fish there. I don't know if they really add to the points or not, so I just left them there because you never know, and it's less I have to do later on, because unfortunately I did need a lot more. I didn't think I would need that much, but I did. But I kind of just placed down all the ones that I had for the time being, and hopefully this would work out. The flower situation is what the big problem was. I didn't have enough flowers, I feel like, so that may have slowed it down. I did eventually add some, and as you see here, I did add a lot of the fences. The fence add a lot of points. So like the first 50 fence that you get, you always want to place it down just to help speed up the process a lot. I kind of made like a castle wall just around resident services, so it's not in my way. It is very ugly, but it does the job. And as you see here, this is my campsite villager, and ironically enough, it's Zell. I feel like I've had Zell for the past 3 islands, so we'll definitely be kicking him out. But yeah, and as you see here, talking to Tom Nook, placing down my next house. It is already sold, and I just time traveled more to kind of just like let them autofill, because I didn't feel like doing that. So that's what I did. I did the next thing for the house, and here I am actually getting 3 stars. It took me forever. I overplanted a lot of flowers, but I will be using these flowers later on, so it works into my advantage. But yeah, you can see Tom Nook and Isabel kind of going back and forth, and then we finally get KK Slider to come, and we are done. We got our 3 stars. We got everything done that we needed to get done for our new island theme. They do this whole like outro thing. I wish you could skip, because I've seen it too many times, but it is very nostalgic, so I guess I do like it. And then Tom Nook comes back to my house like he always does, and it gives me like a little album cover, which is the Horizon song, which is probably one of the better songs. I really like it. But we are done. And now that we're done, we can finally announce our new theme and our first thing that we are going to be doing on this island. And here I am. You can see me in my new cute outfit. We are actually going to be doing kidcore, which is crazy to think because I never thought I'd be doing this, but I am. And if you guys don't want to miss out on our kidcore content, don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank you for watching, and until next time.